Imagine investing $20 million into building a business park with big promises, streamlined permits, affordable land, and a future full of jobs, and then watching it sit mostly empty for over a decade. Now imagine Amazon knocking on the door, and that's what's happening right now at Stillwater Business Park here in Redding. Welcome back to another episode of Rooted in Redding. I'm Faith Barrett, and if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as we share weekly updates about Redding and the housing market as a whole. Today, we're taking a closer look at Stillwater Business Park, what worked, what hasn't, and what the Amazon deal could mean not just for the business park itself, but for the future of Redding's economy. Now, Stillwater Business Park opened in 2010, backed by the city of Redding and a coalition of local business leaders. Now, the idea was to build a world-class business park that would attract large-scale companies priced out of major metro markets. Now, situated just east of Redding Airport and conveniently off of I-5, the location is ideal, equidistant from Seattle and Los Angeles, with scenic views of Mount Shasta and Mount Lassen. But the real pitch, this park was fully entitled from day one. So that means environmental permits were pre-approved, zoning was flexible, and utilities like water, sewer, gas, electric, and fiber were already in place. So in other words, no red tape, just shovel-ready land at a lower operating cost. But despite that strong foundation, things didn't unfold as planned. Over the last 15 years, only 5 out of the 16 parcels have sold. Deals have stalled, promises have faded, and the park, for the most part, sat quiet, leaving many wondering if it would ever live up to its vision. With that said, a few solid tenants have made Stillwater their home. Pace Engineering was the first to plant roots. Frito-Lay opened a 10,000 square foot distribution warehouse in 2024. CAL FIRE owns a neighboring parcel and is considering a new headquarters here. And companies like Moss Energy Works, Innovation, and Shasta Force Holdings also hold land, but with so much space and potential still untapped, it's really clear that Stillwater Business Park really needs a catalyst. Now, let's talk about what's working and what isn't. On the pro side, the park offers pre-approved environmental permits, ready-to-build parcels up to 100 plus acres, and all infrastructure is in place. The businesses also benefit from electrical rates that are 30 to 40% lower than those in metro areas. And then there's location. With direct freeway access and proximity to an airport, Stillwater makes sense for logistics and rapid fulfillment models. But here's the flip side. The park's been underutilized for over a decade, and some parcels still need additional road infrastructure before they can even be accessed. That's why the city is seeking a $3 million federal grant, matched by another $3 million from the city, to unlock 5 more parcels, including one for a massive timber manufacturing company. And the other big thing is that momentum has been the missing piece until maybe right now. So let's enter Amazon. They're planning a fulfillment center that would ship directly to customers, and Stillwater Business Park checks all their boxes. This offer has scalability, with purchasing 34 acres now with the option for 22 more acres. It's shovel ready, meaning no waiting on environmental reviews, and it's affordable between the land, utilities, and operating costs compared to metro areas. So for a company like Amazon that needs to move fast and serve the entire West Coast, Stillwater could be a smart bet. So what exactly could Amazon mean for Redding? Here's what we know about Amazon's impact in other cities. When they open a fulfillment center, it's not just 150 to 200 jobs. It's a ripple effect. For every 10 Amazon hires, roughly 9 more jobs are created nearby: restaurants, suppliers, delivery drivers, contractors. And then the median income tends to rise. Local tax revenue increases, and even home values bump up. In fact, on average, housing near new Amazon sites see about a 5.6% jump in value. And perhaps most importantly for Stillwater, having a global name like Amazon on site could finally erase the park's reputation as a potentially missed opportunity. So where do we go from here? Is this really happening? About 6 months ago, Amazon initiated conversations with the city of Redding about building a fulfillment center at the Stillwater Business Park. Now, there is a formal agreement on the table, and Amazon plans to purchase 34 acres of parcel 11B for just over $2.5 million. And they also have secured offered a 5-year option to buy an additional 22 acres next door, giving them plenty of room to grow if they choose to expand. Stillwater could finally become what it's always meant to be, a launch pad for local growth. It would definitely send a message not just to businesses across the state, but to all of us here in Redding that this city is ready to grow thoughtfully, strategically, and with purpose. But let's be clear, it's not finalized yet. The Redding City Council still needs to review and approve the deal, and that vote is scheduled to happen soon. If approved, Amazon will enter a 100-day inspection due diligence period, and during that time, they'll evaluate the site, run reports, and confirm that everything checks out. And if they need more time, they can extend that period up to 5 times 30 days each, with a $15,000 non-refundable fee for every extension. Now, once those due diligence wraps up, Amazon would have 30 days to close on the land, and because Stillwater is fully entitled, they could start construction relatively pretty quickly. There isn't any dates that have been announced or tentative dates, but hopefully maybe as soon as fall of 2025 or even 2026. And like I said, if this moves forward, we're not just talking about 150 to 200 new jobs. We're talking about new energy, new investment, and a potential ripple effect that could really wake up Stillwater from a long slumber. So as a local here, I definitely believe that if this happens, this will be a huge win for Redding in terms of helping our name on the map for growth, potential, and opportunity for major businesses that are considering, do they want to plant roots here in Redding? I definitely will keep you updated as the City Council unfolds on approving, as well as if the City Council approves, how the process of the deal actually closing and Amazon beginning to break ground looks like here in our area. I definitely would love to hear your thoughts on this big announcement in the comments. Like, do you think Amazon is what Stillwater Business Park has been waiting for? Or maybe what would you like to see developed here, especially if you're here in our area? As always, thanks again for tuning into this week's episode of Rooted in Redding, where we not only help you find a home, but a community to thrive in. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and we will catch you next week.